Hello YouTubers. Okay, this is what we're looking at is my summer squash. As you can see, they're starting to crop up, which is cool. There's 2 seeds in every cup, so we'll see. I see one sprouting everywhere, so that's good. Even if those 3 survive, that'd be great by me. This guy's still doing, this is part of a morning glory, and still green. There was a plant here that was, I tried to root it, but it didn't work. I don't remember what it was. Something that was laying in a cart from Super Duper Wally World, and tried to plant it, but it didn't work out. This guy's still doing pretty good. I gotta water him. It's starting to dry. That guy's doing pretty good. That guy, I think I pulled him out as a weed and then realized I think he's a tomato plant. That one's doing good. This guy's doing okay. They need to get outside. The stuff my wife has, they look okay, so we'll say, hey, they're okay. I'm not impressed with the strawberries. They don't seem to be doing anything. But we'll see. The tomato plant needs to get outside, get the bees to pollinate it, or I can pollinate it. The plant that was dead last year and came back to life, that's still under there. That's doing okay. That tomato plant's doing okay. Stuff on the outer front porch isn't doing too bad. There's the carrots, tomatoes. Some of the leaves are starting to turn. We hadn't had any rain like a lot of areas. That's doing pretty good. I've been watering them. Tomato and carrot in there. Strawberry plant's doing good. Another one right where my finger is. That's turning red. We picked one the other day. This plant I got for 99 cents from the local supermarket. As you can see, that one's starting to turn, which is kind of cool. Whatever this plant is hanging in there, but it's doing okay. And her palm trees are doing okay. The grapes, unfortunately I can't zoom in because of my type of camera I'm using, but let's see. They're getting there. This year I was able to trim it back a little. I'm supposed to do it like in March when it's dormant, and that's a big bunch back there. And I was able to do that, but because lack of a lot of snow, I was able to get to the plant. But I still got a long ways to go to get this thing trained and tamed and yada yada yada. Alright, now to these guys. Some of the woodchuck apparently ate all the leaves off of it, and left the plants alone, ate those. Hopefully it'll survive without them, but I have a funny feeling it came from down yonder. I gotta get a cage or something around that and try to capture them and relocate them to a better area, anywhere away from here. Okay, let's wander to the back. My wife says she was out here getting some of her berries. There's certain berries that she likes, darker purple ones or something like that. I have no clue. Maybe when I start editing this I'll put it in text. Anyway, tomatoes are doing okay, and there's actually a very tiny tomato right here, so that's doing okay. Those guys are doing okay. This is a peach tree, and somewhere I just kicked into something. Right there's a peach. A bunch of them must have fallen off, or the squirrels have gotten it. I don't see. Sorry, I'm looking on the ground without looking at my camera, so I don't see them on the ground. So I think the squirrels have taken a bunch of them. This thing was loaded. All right, self-watering gutter system seems to be doing okay. I filled it up this morning. I'm tempted. This top of these are starting to dry out. I'm tempted to water. It's funny because when I have the hose, I end up just squirting over the top. But I filled the tray this morning. As you can see, all the plants are doing well, except for the ones that apparently I took outside too soon. And they got a little burn on the leaves. That tomato plant doesn't look healthy, but it is surviving. It's doing pretty well. Peppers, tomatoes. I got a pepper plant hidden in there. There's actually a celery growing in there. And then this guy is just going mammoth, but the last time I was out here, let me see if I can find them. I don't know if you can see it, but let's see if I can get my hand on it. There's a cucumber right here, so that's doing pretty good. Hope I don't knock them off. I see little buds for little ones, but that's the first one I see. Alright, the potatoes, that's doing fairly decent, and I gotta add more dirt to that. These guys still doing good, and those guys are doing okay. My slashing and burning, I can see my fence now. I need to finish here. The chipper shredder I borrowed, the chute broke off. The bracket that holds it to the frame, or to the body itself, cracked. So for like 80 bucks, I gotta order a new one. Well worth it, because that puppy really did well getting rid of everything. Instead of having barrel after barrel, there's like one barrel, I think, all that. I gotta get all that done. Alright, I think that's, I gotta get this rose bush, this guy, gotta get it back here and upright. See. Okay, try this one more time. Card was full and battery died. This rose bush, I have to figure out what I'm doing with it. Okay, this lilac tree, I have to get rid of the grapevine that's growing in with it. We lost one of these big thick branches. It just dropped off a while back. Luckily it didn't damage anything. This guy, I think I mentioned him, I may not have. This is a pine tree. It was actually growing between my driveway and the foundation of my house. Dug him out, felt bad for him. Put him in a small pot, he grew bigger. Put him in a bigger pot, grew bigger. Put him in this pot. I'd like to try to get him in shape or something, maybe keep him in a pot. I hate to put him in the ground and have this tall ass pine tree, but keep him, a certain height, that'd be kind of neat. He survived this long, what the heck. Alright, I think that's about it for out here. I'll go to the other side and give you an update over there too. Oh, there's some berries. They're still red. That one's turning. Okay. Okay, this side's doing pretty good too. Potatoes, they're quite tall. Hopefully, I'm waiting for them to start to flower and die back. Let's see. Tomatoes. I don't know if you can see with the sun. Here and in there. Let's see. There. Some small ones up here. Now the funny thing is this onion. I don't think it's a ball or a bulb underneath. I don't know what it is, but you can snip off one of the ends. Almost like a chive, and I don't recall planting those, so I don't know what it is. I'm waiting for these guys. Like I said, this is another potato, so hopefully, as you can see, this soil is nice and loose, so hopefully they were growing in there. I may put some more of that fertilizer on it, 10-20-20 or 5-20-20, something like that, but it was designed, that's what they say to put on for potatoes. These guys are doing pretty good. Hopefully they bloom and I get a nice crop of tomatoes. It'd be great. So I think these guys are starting to flower. There's still that pepper growing upwards. Let me see if I can crawl over there. Yeah, here's one. There's one. I think that one's there. It's on the ground already. I may put something under it. The one on the end has one. So I gotta get back out here and weed. But I'm really curious about that onion plant, if anybody knows. Because it's almost, I want to say it's kind of like a chive. It's hollow. Tastes like an onion. Looks like an onion. Except there's no ball. And I remember planting onion seeds, or whatever you want to call them. So, anyway. Oh,